a frigid January morning, Washington, D.C.'s streets lay hushed beneath a light blanket of snow. The White House stood as a silent sentinel, its corridors still dark except for one brightly lit room. Inside, preparations for a pivotal day were quietly underway. Donald Trump, in a sharp navy suit and his signature red tie, left the Oval Office and walked purposefully toward the briefing room. His polished shoes echoed down the empty hallway, a sound that resonated like a drum beat, heralding the day's gravity. He paused momentarily, his hand brushing the edge of a nearby table. Today is going to be different, he muttered under his breath. Today, history will be made. As he entered the briefing room, he was met with an air of electric tension. Sitting at the head of the table was Elon Musk. Dressed in a black suit, Musk exuded a quiet but intense energy, his hands resting on the table like coils ready to spring. His piercing gaze followed Trump as he took his seat. Gentlemen, Trump began, his voice calm but laced with authority. We are standing on the brink of a decision that will change the course of history. The world's eyes are upon us, and the choices we make in the coming days will echo for generations. Musk leaned back slightly, narrowing his eyes. And what exactly are we prioritizing here, Mr. President? He asked, his tone sharp and direct. Energy, technology, or the international chaos brewing outside? Trump met Musk's gaze squarely. All of it, he said firmly. But first, there's a threat we need to address. Trump and Musk were an unusual pair, their personalities as different as night and day. Trump, a brash and confident businessman turned president, had built his career on bold decisions and unfiltered rhetoric. Musk, the visionary entrepreneur, thrived on innovation and disruption, often working outside the bounds of convention. Yet, despite their differences, they shared one unyielding trait, an unrelenting drive to shape the future. Trump glanced across the table, studying Musk. This man who had revolutionized electric vehicles and space travel now sat in the heart of global diplomacy. He's a wild card, Trump thought, but maybe that's exactly what we need. Musk, meanwhile, observed Trump with quiet curiosity. He admired Trump's decisiveness, even if he found his style unorthodox. Musk's mind raced with possibilities, but he knew one thing for certain. The stakes were higher than they had ever been. The table was covered with a sprawling map of the Middle East. Reports of escalating tensions between Israel and Palestine had flooded the room. Behind closed doors, negotiations had stalled, and the possibility of conflict loomed large. The weight of the situation pressed down on everyone present. Musk studied the map intently. Tapping his fingers rhythmically on the table, he broke the silence. The problem isn't just with the player, he said. The issue lies in the framework. You can't solve this by repeating what's been done before. Trump nodded, a rare moment of agreement passing between them. That's why I brought you here, he said. We need fresh ideas, and we need them fast. The White House buzzed with activity. Staff members outside the room prepared for the incoming administration, but inside, the focus was singular, preventing the Middle East from spiraling into chaos. For hours, Trump and Musk pored over intelligence reports, maps, and diplomatic communications. As the clock ticked closer to midnight, progress emerged. Musk, scanning the documents with laser-like precision, proposed an idea. We can use our satellite networks to monitor critical areas, he said. This isn't just about observation, it's about creating transparency. Trump, never one to shy away from bold moves, leaned forward. Do it, he said, whatever it takes to bring those people home. Musk wasted no time. He mobilized his global team, activating a sophisticated satellite network capable of real-time monitoring. The images streamed into the White House, displaying critical hotspots across the Middle East. Musk's team analyzed the data, using algorithms to identify patterns and predict potential threats. Trump stood behind Musk, watching the screens with a mixture of curiosity and awe. The technology was unlike anything he had seen before. You're a madman, Trump said with a faint smile, but maybe you're the madman we need. At dawn, the first signs of progress appeared. A mediator in Qatar confirmed that Hamas had returned with a revised list of demands. It wasn't a perfect solution, but it was a start. Trump, visibly tired yet resolute, turned to Musk. This is your chance, he said. Show me what you can do. Musk didn't hesitate. Hours later, satellite images provided clarity that had eluded negotiators for weeks. The data painted a clear picture of movements on the ground, allowing diplomats to adjust their strategies in real time. As the final hours of Biden's administration ticked away, tension reached its peak. Reports of potential airstrikes on Iranian facilities began circulating, adding a volatile element to an already precarious situation. Trump knew that even one misstep could ignite a conflict with catastrophic consequences. Focus, Trump told his team. We need to finalize this deal before the clock runs out. Musk, operating on sheer determination, presented a bold plan that left the room in stunned silence. But Trump, true to form, saw the potential. Let's do it, he said. Just hours before the transfer of power, news broke that an agreement had been reached. 34 hostages were released, and a fragile ceasefire in Lebanon was extended. It wasn't a perfect solution, but it was a step forward. As Trump and Musk stepped outside the White House into the early morning light, the weight of their efforts lingered. We did it, Musk said, his voice tinged with disbelief. Trump turned to him, a rare smile crossing his face. For now, he replied, but the real work begins tomorrow. That evening, Trump sat alone in the Oval Office, his thoughts racing. The world saw him as a dealmaker, a disruptor. But at that moment, he felt something else. Hope. Hope that, despite their differences, people like Musk could bring something invaluable to the table. On his desk lay a note from one of the released hostages. Thank you, it read. You gave us our lives back. Trump folded the note and placed it in his pocket. As he stepped into the corridor, he thought to himself, sometimes it's not about the power you hold, it's about how you choose to use it.